Good morning, my yarn smithing lovelies, yet again. It's me here in central UK. Weather's quite nice outside, and I'm sitting in the studio having a really nice time. So a few things to talk about today. I've had a few questions, one of which from a few of you is, how is my husband doing? Because you heard in a few videos back, he's not been terribly well recently. He's doing really well, thank you very much indeed. The hospital are looking after him lovely, and he's doing as he's told, and I'm keeping a firm grip, and we're very pleased with him. So thank you very much indeed for everybody who sent good wishes, and he says thank you as well. Thank you very much indeed. So next question was, what am I working on at the moment? So you'll actually see that. I'm going to upload that tomorrow. I've had some people ask if I'll do them a pattern for something toddler, 2 to 3 year old in crochet that's very quick to work up. So I've done a little pattern on that that's very easy. It's suitable for beginners. I'm going to upload that tomorrow, so you can have a look at that and you can crochet along with me. That's another thing. So also a few people have noticed who've been members for a little while that I've now taken off my membership site on YouTube, and I've moved it over to Patreon. So the main reason for that is I can actually offer quite a bit more to my members on Patreon than I can offer on YouTube. I can put patterns on there in PDF form that you can download. We can have live chats. We can do all kinds of things. So more on that to come. If you want to go to the Patreon site, you can actually sign up there as a free member. Also, if you want to support me by having a membership to Patreon, it's $5 a month, or it works out in the UK less than £1 a week. So there's lots and lots over there. It is actually well worth the money, but you can also click on the free membership there if you want to. Members get access to all of the make along videos that aren't available on YouTube. Members also get access to PDF patterns of the things that I'm working on. So patterns that you would normally go to either Lovecrafts or Ravelry to my site over there and buy, you actually get free access to those by becoming a member. So the link or the website is actually in the description. So if you click on where it says more at the bottom and then look on the right hand side, I think it is, it will pop up in the description with the little website address to go to there. And it's actually dead easy. It's much easier than YouTube. I had a few people say to me how difficult it was to navigate to the members bit on YouTube. So that's another reason why I've moved over to Patreon. So it would be really, really lovely to have your support over there. And there's a lot going on, you'll see if you go over. So today's main part of the video was a question I'm asked about quite a lot, is what yarn I would recommend for people who want to use acrylics for whatever reason. Some people are sensitive to natural products like wool. Some people don't want to have any animal products. There's all kinds of reasons for it. I do use acrylic quite a lot because a lot of the patterns I design for yarn manufacturers, they send me acrylic or products with acrylic in them for me to use. So before I get hate from the environmentalists out there, yeah, I do know that acrylic takes 200 years to degrade in the environment. But my advice on that subject is actually don't throw it away. Don't put it into landfill. Send it to a recycling plant. And then what you can actually do is buy some recycled acrylic yarn. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on. And in its manufacture, recycled acrylic yarn, all they do is shred it and respin it. There's hardly any chemicals used, a little bit of detergent, but that's it in the production of it. And I would much rather you do that and reuse the yarn rather than go to landfill. However, a lot of people want to buy acrylics because they still want to crochet along and knit along, but they've not necessarily got the financial capabilities of buying yarn at, you know, £15 a ball or whatever. I've just completed a garment for a client that I paid, I think the raw material cost to me to knit an Aran sweater for her in pure wool. It was like Yorkshire rare breed wool, and it was like getting on for £140 just for the raw material. That's without my time and all that kind of stuff. The garment was beautiful, obviously, because it was a special order for her. She's paid me an awful lot of money to do it. However, that's going to outlive the wearer. Hopefully she's going to pass that down the family, and it's going to go on for generations and generations. So less waffle, more about my 5 recommended, or my top 5 recommended acrylic purchases. I'm going to see you over there in a minute, and I'll see you back here when we've done. So today we're going to talk about my top 5 choices for acrylic yarn. So here they are. So we're going to start with number 5, which is Yarn Smith's Create Double Knit. It's, let's have a look, 317 yards per 100 grams. It says knits to most DK patterns. Tension 22 stitches and 28 rows, which is standard double knit for 4mm needles. So one of the reasons that I like this is it's really soft. It's got a little bit of fluff to it, so it replicates kind of wool garments really quite well. You can cool wash it and cool tumble dry and cool iron, it says. I actually wouldn't iron this. I wouldn't tack an iron anywhere near it, but if you wash it and dry it flat, it looks lovely. It washes really well. It's a pleasure to knit and crochet. I've used this an awful lot. I've never come across any knots. I can usually pull it from the centre of the ball. Anybody who watches me regularly knows that I like to be able to pull yarn from the centre of the ball. And I'm going to put the details up on the screen now. So as you can see, it's on sale at the moment. We're in at the end of May 2025 if you're watching this video now. If you go to woolwarehouse.com, which is one of my go-to places to buy yarn if I'm buying for myself, at the moment it's on sale at £1.79 for a 100 gram ball. That's incredible value. So I say this is one of my go-tos. Highly recommend it. comes in a nice range of colours, and it knits. It's leaning towards the fine side of double knit, let's say, but the quality of the fabric afterwards is lovely. I'm a really big fan of this. That was number 5. Number 4 is Wondersoft, and this is by Stylecraft. They do a range in Wondersoft like baby DK, it's kind of normal DK. This is one of the ones that I go to. You'll see actually the pattern that I'm going to upload next is in this very yarn. This colourway is gorgeous. It's called Summer Pudding. So I'm really keen on this. It's these variegated yarns quite often, the colours, these variegated yarns quite often what I like about merry-go-round is actually the quick changes of colour. The colour doesn't blend one colour into another, it just changes quickly. And when I'm doing kind of a lot of things, I like that to happen. I'm the same the other way. I love colours. You'll see in previous videos that the transitions between the colours are really gentle and soft, especially if I'm using it for Fair Isle. But for what I use it for, this is one of my favourite variegated yarns. It's the expensive end of the acrylics that I buy. 100 grams at the moment is just over £4, and it's, let's have a look at the tension. This is 22 stitches to 30 rows, so it's on the finer side of double knit. It's 322 yards per 100 grams premium acrylic. I believe this is made in Turkey. I think the first one, I've got a feeling in my mind. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's made in Turkey as well. An awful lot of acrylic yarns are made in Turkey. So this is number 4 on my list. Highly recommend this one if you want a variegated yarn. So the next one on the list is Hayfield's Bonus DK Extra Value. This is actually the other way. It's on the slightly thicker side. It says on 4mm needles it's 22 stitches and 28 rows to a 4-inch square. Warm wash. It says it may be dry cleaned and cool tumble dry. And I've never had a problem with this yarn at all. It doesn't split. I've never had a ball that's got any joins or knots in it. It comes from the centre of the ball really easily, just what I like. This one is made in, if that's important to you, let's have a look on the label. It's made under license in India, this one is. You do occasionally see acrylic that comes from India, but it's nice and soft. It's very good value. At the moment that's available on Amazon for £1.60 for 100 grams. So again, on a budget, this one's really good. So number 2 of my go-tos is this one. It's New Fashion Double Knitting by Woolcraft. Woolcraft is a bit strange name because it's 100% acrylic. This again is on the thicker side of double knitting. This is made, let's have a look where it's made. I'm not sure it says. It should say, but this is by Woolcraft, which is Clifford Street in Bradford, UK. Bradford is obviously very famous for wool yarn. However, this is 100% acrylic. It's 300 meters to 100 grams. I have had problems before with this one. The dye lot, the shades. If I've had to buy more yarn to complete the product or the garment that I'm knitting, it is occasionally very slightly different. So this one I would recommend you buy enough yarn to make sure that you've got enough to complete the garment. Interestingly, I think it actually says that somewhere on the label. I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere. Or is it on the site? It might even be on the website. But still, this is nice. It's got a little bit of variation in tone. So if you can see, it's a little bit tweedy, a little bit heathery. Again, quite a good range of colours. Pulls from the centre of the ball really well. One of my go-tos, again, for acrylic yarn. All of these are really, really good. I would have difficulty choosing between them. However, number one on my list, which is if I get the choice and I can choose for myself, I would always choose paint box yarns. This is Aran. They do acrylic in 4-ply, double knit, Aran, chunky and super chunky. A really good range of colours. I've never had a problem with it. The longevity is really good. I've never had a problem with washing it. It doesn't stretch or it doesn't shrink when you wash it. It's one of those really, really reliable yarns that I can always rely on. I buy mine from Love Crafts, as you'll see on the picture that I've just put up. You can see there some of the colours. At the moment, again, it's on offer. It's £1.69 for 100 grams of Aran weight. Like I say, they do double knitting, but I've actually used all the double knitting in my stash, so I haven't got any of that to show you. The Aran weight, if you want to use acrylic for Aran stitch patterns, this is really, really good because it's quite smooth and it shows the stitch pattern really, really well. The mistake I made, which is why I've got a ball of this left, I actually made husband of mine an Aran jumper in black, which was a complete nightmare. I had to sit under a daylight bulb while I was knitting it at night. It really didn't do my eyes any good at all. However, like I said, always number one, paint box yarns. Go to Love Crafts and have a little look. If you're choosing, like I said, 4-ply, double knit. I know that these words are different in the States, but you can see by the tension size on the back how it relates to what you call sport or lightweight or whatever. So they do, like I've said, 4-ply, double knit, Aran, chunky and super chunky. So whatever I'm looking for as a designer, I can usually find it there. So this is number one in my recommendation. I've not been paid by them. I know I'm waxing lyrical as to how good it is, but genuinely as a designer I do actually love this design. So that was it. That's my number one. I'm going to see you back there in a minute. So I did say that I'd talk about the recycled yarn that I buy as well. I can't actually find the recycled acrylic on my stash. There is some in there. on that mess somewhere. This one, let me find it. I do use quite a lot. Tweed blend. This is recycled everything together. Every time you buy it, it's actually slightly different. So if you want to buy this one, go and have a look for it. It's got wool acrylic, everything you can think of in there. This knit's lovely. It looks beautiful when it's done, and it's a really nice thought that you're using something that hasn't gone into landfill. I'm going to put a little thing up here now that says the acrylic recycled I buy. I'm just going to see if I can find it on here. It's Sirdar Loveful recycled acrylic. At the moment it's £3 a ball. The picture's up now. That's 100% acrylic recycled, so pop over and buy that. I'd much rather you do that than put your old stuff into landfill. You know, it's much better for the environment, for those who find that kind of thing important. So that was it. I hope you've enjoyed that little review on my go-to acrylic yarns, and stay tuned. I'm going to upload very shortly the little pattern. I'm going to leave that for everybody, not just members over on Patreon. A little toddler's jacket. When I've finished it, I'm going to go and do that in a minute and write the pattern down. So please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. What it actually does, it does something to the algorithm over at YouTube, and it enables me to bring you a lot more videos like this one. So go over to Patreon and have a little look over there and see what's going on. I would really appreciate it if you signed up there as a member for £1 a week, and that again helps me to bring you all these things. I've got to actually get money to buy all this yarn, and to give me a little bit of time to do patterns and things for me. So any questions that you might have, anything that you'd like me to do or look at, anything that you'd like me to review, just leave a comment down below. I do try really hard to answer all of the lovely comments. I've had some really lovely comments from you, and I really do appreciate those as well. Thank you to the people who take time to send me hate. YouTube don't care what you're talking about. It still adds a click to the algorithm or whatever. So if you want to send me some hate, send it. I don't care. One of them said today that something about the AI image that gets used. One of the upload programs that I use to upload these videos, they often do a little AI image for the thumbnail, and she said that on there I looked young and thin, and it was definitely not me. So what she's trying to say is I'm old and fat. I don't care. Anyway, less of that. And thank you once again to everybody who's supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to see you very, very soon. Lots of love, as always. And I'll see you probably tomorrow. Bye.